What's going on, guys? Hope you're having a terrific day, and I am excited to have you here on our latest episode of the V-Shred Better Body, Better Life podcast. I'm your host, Vince Sant, co-founder of V-Shred, and I'm glad you could join me today for this special little episode that's all about one of our favorite things, sugar. Now, I get a ton of messages from people asking about tips on how to deal with sugar cravings and to stop feeling like they're addicted to sugar, right? But the truth is, sugar can become an addiction because it's something that our brain is designed to want. And so today, I'm going to explain what causes sugar cravings. I'm going to give you 5 effective ways to manage those sugar cravings, and I'm going to tell you how to get back on track after a sugar binge. So if you think that you might be addicted to sugar or your sugar cravings feel a little out of control, this is for you.
Welcome to the V-Shred Better Body, Better Life podcast, where we help you live your best life while working on your health and fitness goals. We're here to make your journey fun and inspiring.
So let's start off with why those sugar cravings are happening in the first place. Because fact of the matter is, your brain is hardwired to run on glucose. It's the primary source of fuel, and consuming sugar activates dopamine in the brain, and so it always feels like a reward, right? And this is why you want something sweet when you're feeling down so that you can mask that, right? The problem with this is that it creates a loop in the brain that drives you to seek out more and more sugar, which is why if you go to eat like a Sour Patch Kid, you can never just have one. And when blood sugar spikes and drops, you think you need more to feel better again. And what most people don't know is that sugar cravings can also be caused by a nutrient or vitamin deficiency. And so if you're not eating all that healthy, you might need more nutrients in your diet to bring your blood sugar into balance, which helps stop cravings. Okay, so now let's talk about 5 ways that you can get a handle on those crazy sugar cravings. So number 1, eat more protein and fat at every single meal. So a lot of people don't realize that cutting out fat and not eating a lot of protein can trigger cravings. And so stay away from all the foods that have that low fat and fat-free sticker stamped on them, and load up on healthy fats instead, because fats are extremely satiating, which means you're going to feel more full. And then the same thing with protein. Eat more protein at every single meal, and that's going to help you feel more full as well. And so I usually recommend 20 to 30, 35 grams of protein per meal for a guy, and then anywhere from 15 to 25 grams of protein per meal for a girl. And eating fats and proteins can also help slow down the release of sugar into your bloodstream so that you have fewer spikes and crashes throughout the day, which equals less cravings. Now, the second thing is to add fermented foods to your diet. So I'm a big sauerkraut fan. So if you like sauerkraut, that's a great one. I know people who love kombucha, and like cultured milk and yogurt are also a few examples of fermented foods. But according to researchers at a renowned university in California, fermented foods also support a healthy microbiome. And studies show that having a healthy gut could be one of the keys to keeping sugar cravings at bay. And then the third one is to keep your stress in check. There was a study in the Obesity Research Journal that showed the stress hormone cortisol can trigger food cravings, especially foods high in sugar and fats and carbs. And keep in mind, cortisol increases whenever you're in a stressful situation, or if you're not eating enough, or also if you're working out too much. This is why so many people pushing so hard end up with crazy cravings and more stress. So don't let that be you. Take time to rest. Take time to breathe deeply throughout the day and get into a routine of winding down properly at the end of the day. Now, number 4, I want you to fix your sleep, okay? Because more and more studies are showing that sleep deprivation is linked to craving more food. As I'm sure you could guess, high sugar foods are usually high on the list. So get into a routine of sleeping and waking up at the same exact time every single day. Basically, you need to set your circadian rhythm. And what you'll find is after a certain amount of time, you will start getting more naturally tired at certain times of the day. And you will also start waking up much easier at certain times in the morning, the more you do that. And also make sure that your room is super dark and also at a cool temperature. Those both help with getting better sleep. The Sleep Foundation recommends 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit. So try that out. And then number 5, consider nutrient deficiency. So I kind of touched on this a second ago. And I'm not a doctor, and I would definitely advise seeing a specialist if you're experiencing really intense cravings that never really go away, even when you eat what you're craving. But most people don't realize that, like, for instance, chocolate cravings, that could be a sign of magnesium or an iron deficiency. Or cake or dessert cravings could be a sign of healthy fat deficiency. Extreme sugar cravings could be a sign of a chromium deficiency, which plays a role in sugar and insulin regulation. So it's about understanding where those deficiencies are and trying to fill those gaps. Okay, so now that you know a few ways to get a handle on those sugar cravings, let's talk about what to do when you slip up or when you go on a sugar binge, because it happens to all of us, right? And first off, you don't need to be hard on yourself for doing this. It's not game over. Like I said, you and I and everybody has been here before, okay? But your body will need some time to get that extra sugar out of your system. So the best thing that you can do is, like I said, eat more protein and eat more healthy fats for the next 24 hours, and maybe even try to keep the carbs a little lower, or load up on veggies, load up on natural foods to help you stay away from those blood sugar spikes. Also, drink lots of water, because water is going to make you feel nothing but better. It's also going to help out with hunger. And also, don't skip meals or try and work out more and longer to burn off extra sugar. Let your body do it naturally. You just have to be patient and consistent with your workouts and also with eating cleaner for the next day or two. And trust me, if you do this, you will be back on track faster than you think, as long as you're patient with yourself. But that wraps up today's episode, guys. I hope this helped you understand a little bit more about sugar cravings and how to manage those sugar cravings and how to get back on track when you do end up giving in. Just remember, your brain doesn't know any better. It will always want more sugar, but you can train your body not to crave sugar by feeding it what it actually needs, which are real nutrients and less stress. And also, if you want more help cleaning up your diet or getting on track, we do have certified coaches available to help create a customized diet plan that works for your body and your metabolism, and they can help you get off that sugar cravings cycle fast. So if you're interested in working one-on-one with one of our elite coaches who takes all the guesswork out of this for you, just hit the link below this episode to learn more. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of V-Shred's Better Body, Better Life podcast. Whether you're doing one of our programs, taking our supplements, or just doing things on your own, tune in every week for exclusive content with Vince, V-Shred trainers, and special guests as they share valuable tips around motivation, workouts, food, and living a healthier lifestyle. See you next time.